Good morning. Or is it? Oh, it's just now afternoon. Hello, my name is Tammy Neff, and you are on my page called Tammy Loves, and I'm just here to show you what I love today. And what that is all my Christmas decor. So I'm getting ready to go do some painting at a house that we're flipping, but I thought I would take a minute and show you guys. So let me flip you around. Get you off of me. There you go. And here in my kitchen, hopefully the light, there you go. I did a chalk couture project on my window. It says, our cheeks are nice and rosy and comfy cozy are we. I posted a picture of it at night because it showed up best at night. But I love that. Last year I had snowflakes, but I kind of got tired of them by March. So this year I did this for Christmas, and then I'll switch and put the snowflakes on when Christmas is over. So I love that. This is a chalk couture project. You can look at Tammy Loves Chalk. I have a website there that you can check out. And then I've been collecting Crocs. My friend Julie has me into getting into Crocs. And then at the antique show, we found these old antique brush trees. These are really, actually they're really old, but I thought they fit perfectly in my little English crock. So I love it. I just love it. And I haven't done any of my other crocks yet. They were all dressed up with succulents. So I just found that that particular tree fit perfectly. So now I need to find a Christmas tree that fits this, like a brush tree that'll fit that. So we're going to a show on Saturday. So I'm hoping to find one there. But yeah, so I've got my little bird. He's all dressed up and warm for the weather, and I just love my kitchen window. So I couldn't love it more. Let me see. So then we're gonna come on around here, and I did two trees side by. Well, let me show you my table first. Okay, so I've always had this big platter since I found it at TJ Maxx, and I love it, and it's almost too big for filling it with cranberries, so I added a red doily to just kind of break up some of the cranberries because I didn't quite have enough. And then last year, if you guys remember on one of my lives, we made little Christmas bells with acorn tops, just hot glued some Christmas bells into an acorn top. So I have a dish of them, but I think I'm gonna do some more and just do red. So I bought a big thing of red bells at Hobby Lobby the other day, and so I'm going to change my bowl out to just be red. You know, every year, it's even though you use the same things year to year, it just somehow changes. You remember my vase, and I always have this done up in black and white, but I added a bow to it, and then I still have my old organ poles, and I just added a little red ribbon to the organ poles, and then I put some lights. I strung some lights in this, and then I popped in some frosty white roses and pulled out my white, I think they were like chrysanthemums or so, I don't know what they were, but anyway, so I still have my white and black going on my table, and I just added a little bit of red, which my mom will love. She says my house needs color. So I keep telling her I'm trying to decolor it. So okay, this one was the first little vignette that I did up, and I absolutely love it. I think this is, well, I don't know, I kind of like a lot of the spots here in the house, but so I hung an owl here that I had at the shop, and I didn't know what to do with him, so I put him there. And again, you guys can see, those of you that really follow along know that how I usually always have these books, and I always have my magnifying glass, and I always have my little miniature plane, and then my collection of clock faces in here, my grandma's watch, you all know that, my books, and I have the silver tray. And so I just, even though I change it out, it kind of stays the same at the same time. So just kind of added some Christmas to it. So this arrangement was sitting on a candlestick, a big fancy white candlestick. And so I broke it off of there, and I put it on a birch wood. I just set it. So there's a lot of cheating going on. Some of this decorating, you know, is just about just being quick and easy. And last year, you probably remember that I made these button trees with old vintage buttons, and then these were curtain finials that I painted and glued on. There you can see the screw that tightens, the curtain rod down. So, oh, the picture on the front, yes, and actually it's very appropriate for this time of year, isn't it? I love it. It's the Madonna and Child. So yeah, I love that too. I've got it kind of covered up with my owl, and then I made a tassel an old put an old key, and oh, we love making the tassels. Here's another tassel that I made last year at Christmas time with my friend Julie. Added a bell and just some stuff. I just love doing those. We'll have to do a live on those someday. We keep talking about doing that, but we haven't. So anyway, I added some greenery, just a little bit of Christmas greenery, a couple little birds, the arrangement that I took off of the candlestick and added to the little birch wood candle votive, and then just added some bells and berries, and I think it turned out really, really cute. And this is actually, got a phone call. This is my wine bottle topper, and I just stuck him on top of my crystal finial for my little lamp. Yeah, so there you go. There's that one. And then, of course, this is my messy table where I sit and watch TV. And then I choc coutoured the other night, you guys. I really, really, really choc coutoured the other night. So let me show you what I came up with. I'm sorry, I'm wiggling. I have this old bed spring. I think it's from a crib probably. And we have used that for graduation parties and weddings and just all kinds of things to pin pictures on and decorate. But this year I guess I was trying to do something different. And so I did a lot of choc couture projects and put them all on the bed springs. Now my mother has a she doesn't like it. Well, I can't say she doesn't. She's on here. Hey, Mom. But she's just like, why would you hang that old thing on your wall? She doesn't quite get it. But anyway, you love it all. Well, thank you. That's her. So I did this this picture, Joy to the World, yes. And then it has the paper flowers that I had stashed away. And then there's the Believe. And I had this wreath, and I added some lights to it, added a little extra plaid bow, and then I added a sign, and I put some glitter. Where did I put the glitter? Oh yes, I put the glitter on the wreath on the truck. How can I get you guys to see this? Yeah, you might be able to pick it up right there. And so there you go. This actually, if you're into choc couture, the Oh What Fun comes off of the camper transfer package. So I did that. And then at the top, I intermixed two different transfers. The one in the middle is one transfer, and then the other is just the Christmas trees that I had down here, and I put them up there as well. So, and I just did it on an old palette board. You can do choc couture on those old palette boards, and it really works out really great. So that is a whole section of choc couture, actually. And I just needed something big for the back of my sofa, for behind my sofa. Actually, that's a choc couture as well. But I love that. You have a few bed springs. I do too, Kathy. I always just store them at the storage unit and wait to use them for an occasion, for a party or a wedding, like a candy bar. We used it once for the candy bar. It would be great for a hot chocolate bar for little signs. But anyway, I brought it home this time. So these are just from Hobby Lobby. I had them probably for 5 years, but I've always liked them. They're tassels. They're like giant tassels, and I like tassels, so there you go. And my little frosty snowman, or whatever. Yeah, he's a snowman. He's not very frosty, but he's just keeping warm. I added, okay, so I have this bird cage. I just added bulbs to it and a bow at the top. So that was a pretty easy one to do. Let me flip the light on here for my fireplace. I always, for the last, 3 years, I think I've done all of my decorating with you guys watching, and I don't know, for some reason this year, it took me 3 days. I didn't full steady do it for 3 days, but I just really wanted to take my time, and I don't know. I just didn't go live, and I'm sorry about that. But let's go close and see what I've got here. But I thought I could still show you when I'm all done, right? I have a little mix of greens. I have some tree branches that I bought at Hobby Lobby. I kind of had to push them back because they get in the front of the TV. Did an old bottle with a little glove. I love that. The flowers came from a local Timber Run Gardens probably 3 or 4 years ago. And then this arrangement came from the shop. Daughter's trying to reach me. She always seems to call when I'm doing a live. But I brought this arrangement home from my store, Tammy Loves. And then I have the owl from the shop. This one came from TJ Maxx. That one came from my shop. And then Susie's favorites did up my little topper for my lantern. Actually, I think I got the lantern and everything from her. But yes, she made me a special top. I just think it's beautiful. And then, let's see, I have stockings, of course. You could tell that one's mine. They didn't have an R, so Randy didn't get a letter. I'll find him one someday. And then down here, let me see. We have, I love, you guys remember my squirrels. I pulled those out last year. Found the big one at Hobby. No, I didn't. I found the big one at TJ Maxx or Home Goods. And the little one I found at my shop. There, that lighting is better. And so I put a little bulb in their hands. You can't see on the red doily. My grandma made the red doily. And then this is a crock that I bought a couple of years ago. You probably can't make it out there. Let's see if I can zoom in. But it says Neff Brothers. See? Yeah, you could see it. It says Neff Brothers. And I love the crock just because it says that, because that's our last name. And then I put a little tree in it and wrapped a ribbon around it just to make it a little bit Christmassy. And then I left out my other crocks there, my old surgeon's case, and just kind of, actually the ends have been there with the old stopwatch, and I just put a tree there. This side's a little, I love it, but it's not awesome. It's probably not Facebook awesome, but there you go. So there's my fireplace. And then another really pretty area is right here. And I love this one too. Thanks, Kathy. Thank you. So I have, I changed the, my bunny's sign to Noel, and I added a red earring to his necklace, and then I added a bow. And I pulled out a rabbit fur that I had bought on Amazon for kind of a snowy sort of look. And then I made another tree last year. So I must have made the triple trees the year before. Last year I made this tree because I had this drawer pull, I think. I don't even know what that is. I don't remember now what it was, but I loved it. It's crystal. I just love it. I don't know what it is, but I decided it would be beautiful on top of a tree, and I think it is. And then my old paint bucket. You guys know I paint houses, so I collect anything to do with painting. My basement is full of old painting stuff. And I'm going to show you something else here in just a second. There's the stand beside of my husband's chair. Now, of course, I don't do too much with that, but remember the gnomes that we made last year? There they are, out of the old footies, or not old, everything's old in my world, but out of the footies that I got at the Dollar General or Dollar Tree or whatever it is. So they're cute. I had to set those back out. And then last is my two trees. I did a chocolate tour sign back there. And I feel like this wall is very bare right here. So I think, you see how bare that is? Typically that stand is there, and then I have the Clara Bow picture. So I think I may have to do another sign for right there. But anyway, for now, I'll show you what I got. So I don't know whether to start at the top or the bottom. But I put the two trees side by side instead of doing them in different areas in the room. I've been seeing a lot of that on, yes, the buttons are from styrofoam cones. I'll show you real quick. Got one right here. There you go. Get the white. If you're going to do black buttons, I'll move that later. If you're going to do black buttons, you'll want to paint it. If you're going to do colorful ones, you'll probably want a dark background, but I use the white so that any place that you might see won't show through. So I always struggle with my tree toppers. And so I just think the more you add, the better, I guess. So I've got a fern up there, and then I just did tons of big bows. I've been getting the bows. I have a Pro Bow by Hand maker that Damon Oates from Decor Exchange kind of got me hooked on wanting to get a bow maker. So I did that, and it did make it easier to make these ginormous, like, see this big bow up here? Yeah, and I've loaned it to a few friends, and everybody that I've loaned it to has bought one. Here's another, he sits on top of a wine bottle. But I thought he looked cute sitting on top of my tree. And so I just filled my tree with stuff. I think a really fun thing to do is to add picks and things that you don't expect to be on a tree. A lot of these things came from my shop. The little, I love him. I only have a few of these left. I'm out of the cars except the really bright turquoise, and I love those, but they didn't really match. And I have more of this color mice. These mice I'm out of, I've sold out of. And a lot of the bulbs we've hand painted. My son-in-law painted this one year for Christmas. And I painted this one and that one. And my friend Sandy Myers got me into painting these there. She painted that one. And Sandy painted that one. She's amazing at it. She painted one every year for Christmas for a long, long time. And we have lots of these at the shop too. These, I love those. Be Merry. They're just little tin, very lightweight. I have three of them on this tree. Oh yeah, there's another one back there. You can see it. And I have another one right there. You can see it. So, oh, and then there's my little bird. I love him on the tree too. So I really just went for whites and reds, but my favorite thing about these trees is what I put them in at the bottom. So let me show you. Save the best for last because this is it. So, oh, and I need to run the sweeper. Look at all the junk on my floor. But I have an old paint box. How do I get so much stuff on my floor? I just ran the sweeper 2 days ago. And then I added some white fur and I set my tree down in the old paint box. And then beside of it, I have a wooden paint bucket. It's really old, you guys. It's a 5-gallon paint bucket. And I put the the tablecloth that my mother made, and I put it coming out the side just to get some white down there, and then I filled it where you could see down inside. I filled it with red bulbs. See that? And so I think this is the first year I've ever done this, and I was inspired off of all of the people I follow on Instagram. And I absolutely love it. So I need to, good morning, Lynette. I need to take some pictures and do some more posting on Instagram. There's my daughter's bulb, Abby. She made that one. But isn't it fun to have it all done? And I'm only just showing you guys this just to inspire you. I know most of you probably not started decorating yet. I am a little ahead because I have the shop and we had to have the shop ready for an open house. And so I really went a little early, and you feel late, you know, when you come home, you feel a little late. Oh, and I moved that tree, but you get the idea. So anyway, so I went ahead and decorated. So everybody that I know says you're decorated already at home, but I feel like I'm right on time. So we're having Thanksgiving at our house, so everybody will get in the Christmas spirit. So anyway, that's all I have. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little tour and let you see, maybe inspire you. And honestly, I'm probably killing a little time because I don't really feel like painting today, but I have to. So anyway, I got to get going. My husband's over there. He's just finishing up the floor. I'll be taking you guys over for a little look-see. We've made a lot of progress since you guys have been there. So anyway, I sure appreciate you coming on. And let me see, I got my finish button covered up. Thank you, Kathy. You guys have a wonderful day. And yes, if you got any decorating questions or you're just not sure, send me a message, send me a picture. I'll tell you what I think. I got a couple houses to decorate, 1 this week and 2 next week. So I'm excited about that. And always happy to help people get ready for Christmas. So you guys have a great day. Bye.